Cam Radio, it's your boy Tony G. Big Lou, Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in. We're getting over our Valentine's woes and which is
Yeah, I had to.
always different.
Right. Yeah. I uh I didn't have too much going on Valentine's Day myself.
No, not was a lot. I mean, there's still. I mean, there's a lot to gamble. There's a lot to gamble on, and I get it.
Yeah.
College basketball, hockey. Some people focus on different stuff. Um, it depends all what you focus on in your gambling. We
Yeah.
focus a lot on the NFL, March Madness, the NBA playoffs. I do a little. I'll tell you what. One that I do. You're gonna laugh when I say it. One that I always look at. I always look at the overs when the Lakers play.
Yeah, you have to.
I ain't gonna lie.
One
I
thing
always
they're
like,
gonna do, they're gonna score some points. They're going
yep,
to score some points.
and they're
Now,
gonna give up some points.
yeah, they're gonna give up a lot too. So, so yeah, you could count on points when it comes to those guys. Some of the times.
Some of the time you can
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, they've kicked me on, couple points here, half point here, you know,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So in the basketball, we got the All
Okay,
Star. We got the All Star break coming. Um,
yeah,
what do you think? What do
uh,
you think? What are you thinking about the losing your second round draft pick for tanking?
yeah. They had to do something, Tony. I'm okay with it, but they had to do something because this is what all of the money and all of these big dollar deals are for. To see the superstars on the court, the ones that you advertise, all over the place. You know,
Correct.
you got to justify the deal. Okay, I'm paying $1 gazillion to get this package, but the stars are sitting down. I didn't pay for the backups. I paid for the stars. So something had to be done. This might be like the first move, and they'll see how it goes, and then maybe it might get a little bit more intense. But they had to do something.
And I agree because if you if you're a basketball fan and you want to go to a basketball NBA game and you want to go see LeBron, you want to go see Luca, you want to see the Celtics, you want to see whoever the you go Oklahoma. When you go, hey, we're going to go see this game. Tickets are a premium for them teams.
Yes,
You know what I mean? You
absolutely.
can you
Hmm.
can go see the Wizards and someone else play moderately pretty inexpensive. But anytime that the superstars are in town, tickets are at a premium. And then when you get there and they're not playing, I mean, you paid a lot of money, and I get it. And the thing that, and I will say this, and we're getting off, not really off. I know the premise of the show is sports, sports book, the betting, but going to a game is a big deal. It's hard. I mean, it's expensive.
It's, it's an
It it's
investment.
ex- yeah, it's an investment, and it's hard for. I mean, it's almost like they're going towards corporate America and extremely rich people to go to a game. I mean, it's
Right.
very hard for a working family, middle class people to go. Hey, let's take me and the kids. Let's go watch a game. I mean, parking's $100, $40, whatever it may be. It's you got to pay for
Right.
parking. A Coke is $12. Popcorn's
Right.
15. I mean, you can
Hamburger
spend
is $25. It's just
absolutely.
it's
You can,
incredible. And
I
now I know you saw the bone in. How much was that burger? The bone in brisket burger?
oh
Was it like a
geez,
thousand, $1,000 or $1,500 or something like that, or more maybe?
it's just ridiculous.
It was like a fall off the bone, but it was also a burger. But they had the bone in the middle of it. I forgot what the price was for it. I might
Right.
have to Google it and come back with it later.
What's crazy is, like I said, I mean, going to a game, I mean, a lot of people may get to go to one game. I give a lot of people credit, they go to more than one game. Um,
Oh yeah.
a lot of commitment to all these fans that travel. Talk about a financial commitment. Could be in the Bahamas, could be somewhere else. But I
Yeah.
get it. I totally get it. I mean, it's kind of a crazy deal. Um, and just like the All Star game will be off the charts for tickets and
Mm-hmm.
the who's who. And I get all that. Like I said, I get it. It's all about money. Um, I know baseball does some because baseball has so many games. They do have some cheap nights that you can go. They got them lined up on the schedule. They got the $2 hot dog and all the things. And like I said, parking, like you just take, I mean, just using the Cowboys. If you look for tickets to the Cowboys, not the standing up tickets, I mean, you easily could spend $200 a piece. You and your friend, you and your wife, that's 400. $50 to park, and that ain't close. $50 to park, you're in 450.
Right.
And then you start, let's say you have a beer, some nachos. I mean, it could be $1,000 day, like it's absolutely nothing. Um, and it's a lot of money. You're going to watch this game for
Yeah.
3 hours or however long it may be. But yeah, it's definitely an investment and definitely uh, they need to, I don't know. I can't say what they need to do. It's a business at the end of the day. But I do like that baseball does got games lined up where it make it inexpensive, bat giveaway day, a lot of and you can go see an NBA game and an NFL game cheap, especially late in the season if the teams aren't doing well. You can go. Um, I'm sure you could have got Raider tickets pretty inexpensive. Um,
Oh yeah.
by the end, yeah, yeah, and the Jets. I mean, I'm just being honest. At the end of the season, I'm sure there was a lot of tickets that last game when they played Kansas City. I'm sure there was a lot of inexpensive tickets, but you just got to plan
Yeah.
it and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
We got the break. Now going back to the NFL, got a couple. Kyler Murray to the Jets. Hats off to Big Lou. He called it.
Hey.
Um,
Hey.
what made you think he was such a good fit there?
Well, I was thinking out of all of the quarterbacks that were available or becoming free agents. I just had a good. It was really just a good feeling that I was like, the Jets are going to make a run for him. I just got a funny feeling because Justin Fields didn't work out. So I said they're going to probably end up making a run for Kyler Murray. And turns out I was right. So, kudos. Give me, you could just sportsbook army, just leave your props in the and I promise this is not why I'm wearing the shades today. I promise that.
So let me ask you this. So my thing is they got to. All right. When we go to the draft,
Mhm.
first pick is the Raiders. Second pick is the Jets. Third is the Cardinals. I mean, the Jets didn't want. So my thing is I think, and until somebody proves me wrong, I mean, you're in a rebuild. Why not do a total rebuild? Try to draft a quarterback that you can work with. Try
Yeah.
to bring some stars there. Um, but instead, you're going to have to pay this guy a lot of money, um, and that hasn't worked out. I mean, you see all these people that have paid all this money for these quarterbacks,
Yeah.
and nobody's really kind of worked out from um, Rogers to Wilson. I mean, it's crazy to me that they wouldn't try to go, hey, let's try to organically grow, which there's nothing wrong with
Cousins.
that. Yeah, Cousins. But I'm always going to defend Cousins on this.
Yeah. Well, Cousins,
He
the
fell into a
Cousins, it
weird.
was yeah, yeah,
Oh,
a
he fell into a
weird
weird
franchise
three,
tag thing that
three,
just
three
it
times. three times. I mean, it was just like, and it wasn't that he was telling everyone he was the best or everyone say it was like, well, we need a quarterback. We don't really want to pay him a big deal, so we'll pay.
Right.
We'll do franchise him. And then it was like, okay, we're
Yeah.
gonna do it again. And then again, they're like, this guy just made over $100 million. You know what I mean? And it's still like, okay. And never once was it that everyone said Kirk Cousin was the second coming of Joe Montana. He just fell into these spots.
Yeah.
He's made
He's,
over
you know,
$300 million. Never saying he was the greatest quarterback ever. He just fit
ever.
into, yeah, it was like, well, we got 100. Let's try Kirk Cousins. Um, and he's gotten paid. Um,
Yeah.
and like I said, one of the highest paid quarterbacks ever, over $300 million, and especially
Yeah.
because of his franchise tag. Because franchise tag, you go into your second season, you're at $50 million. This guy went into a
Ooh,
third season.
ooh,
Yeah,
ooh. So he's okay. Regardless
yeah,
of what
yeah.
deal,
He's gonna
regardless of
be
what deal he
okay.
gets, yeah,
Yeah,
he's
this
gonna be
Christmas,
fine.
don't feel for him. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
But like going to the Raiders, Raiders get the number one draft choice.
Right. So and I guess that's why Miami, I mean not Miami, but I think that's why the Jets made the move they made with Kyler because they knew they weren't going to get Mendoza, you know, so they
Yeah.
was like, okay, well, we'll just take the best what we believe to be the best free agent out there that's still young. So in case he does work out here, we'll just, try to build off of what we have with him.
And it's not a bad, like I said, I would just thought with the Rogers experiment, um, and their I don't know, it just seems like a lot of teams just fall into that. And I mean, because there's no way he's coming in the first year and changing it. You know what I mean? I mean, even if
No,
he
he's got
makes it
to attempt to learn offense. Now he's got to learn the new offense. Well,
right.
this could now if he plays it right and follow the tutelage of the senior and you know some of the veterans of the game, maybe he could turn his career around there. But it all depends on him, and I guess if they could get a staff in there that can coach the guy up, or or can develop something to the point where they can help him become a better quarterback. So he could clean slate this and just go in, as a blank slate, leave everything that he used to do in Arizona, come there, clean slate. Let's learn. Let's turn my career around. We'll just have to wait
Right.
and see which route he takes.
And what do you think about the AJ Brown going to the 49ers?
I think AJ Brown to the 49ers. I think now for Brock Purdy, that's A plus plus for him because
Yes.
now he has a receiver that he can go long with when he needs to. Now drawback is will AJ Brown because you still got Mac, you still got Kittle. So the ball still is going to get spread around, but and then you still got some key receivers. You got a few receivers there. I saw a report where some of the receivers like Purcell and Pasquale, is that his name?
Yeah.
Pasquale, yeah, him and I think it was Kittle. They were talking to Debo, trying to get because he was released. I think he's being released or is released from Washington.
Yeah, he is going to be released.
Uh,
Yes.
and they was talking about, hey, might as well get the old man back, and see if we can do this. So there might be talks of him possibly coming back to San Francisco. So with him and AJ Brown, they may have something. They may have something. We'll have to see if they stay healthy. That's the key. That's the key. Is can they stay healthy throughout the season?
My thing with AJ Brown is, and like I said, we don't know these guys. We know the
Yeah.
picture that's painted on them. They made him out to be kind of hard to deal with.
Mhm.
wanted this, wanted that, and you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, they won a Super Bowl. He wanted the
Right.
ball more. Um, they got away from the running game. That got. I mean, there was a lot of questions this year with Philadelphia for me. Um,
Mhm.
but one thing that is always that you find out later is you start finding out. Oh yeah, by the way, so and so had an injury.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, had a
Yeah. Yeah.
had a bone in his foot that, and it was like, oh, okay. And you don't know the whole story. You know what I mean? And it's like, but the
Right.
media
Right.
throwing this story at you, and it's like, oh, AJ's he's hard to deal with. He's hard. I mean, is he? I don't know. Hopefully, I know he's going to a great coaching setup. Um, I think he's a great wide receiver. Right? No, I mean,
Mhm.
there's no doubt about it. Um,
Oh,
and I
absolutely.
think,
Absolutely.
yeah. So another one that here's another one that somebody hit me up about, and I was like, well, I don't know anything about that, but let me look at it. There's been some talk about should the Ravens get away from Lamar Jackson, and I don't, and that's one of those questions. And I will say this: if you listen to the interview with the new coach, he never I don't even know how to put this, but he basically said, with or without Lamar, this is what we're doing. He didn't say that exactly. It just was like, well, if he fits into the program, and I was just like, but there you go. What you always say when the new coaches come, they want their quarterback. They want their quarterback, and maybe Lamar don't fit into his. I mean, I think I'm gonna tell you something. I think Lamar is one of the greatest athletes we've ever seen. I mean, the man's a stud. Um, I was saying that. I also say there's been a lot of great athletes that just didn't have a place or fit in exactly. I mean, Lamar's, I used to question his arm, and then he proved that he got an arm. I questioned how accurate he was, and he proved how accurate it was. And then, after a while, you're just like, okay, so why aren't they winning? And I think some of the problem in the Ravens, to me, which has nothing to do with Lamar Jackson, is the Ravens were built on great defense and a good offense. That's what they were built on. They weren't built on a great offense. They were built. Their premise was, we're the doom. You know what I mean? You don't want to face us. That's
Right.
that's that's what they to me that's what they were known for. And then when they kind of switched and they put more emphasis on the offense, it didn't really work out. And so you can go, oh, I'm blaming Lamar. And at first sight, you can say that, but are you really blaming Lamar, or is the coach that was there wasn't built for that? He's not that guy. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? And he's a great
Hmm.
coach. He's a great coach,
Yeah.
but he's not that he. I mean, he had Joe Cool, who was a good quarterback, and he had a
Yes.
good offense, but he had an unbelievable defense, and so
Hmm.
that's how they rock and rolled 2 Super Bowls. That's how they played. That's how they rolled. And so now you got this unbelievable quarterback, and it's like, did you have to get that quarterback, or could you have just got a pretty good quarterback? It's kind of like, we go back to Sam Darnold. I'm
Hmm.
happy for Sam. Me and you both like
Yeah.
Sam Darnold. Um, do I think he's the greatest throwing talent ever? No, I think he's a really good quarterback, though, and I think
Yeah.
they have what it takes to win another Super Bowl. Would you agree?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. They could. They definitely. They definitely could run it back. Now, depending on how the schedule looks, that'll dictate it. But I feel like Seattle has what they have intact now. They can get back.
They got a great running back. They got 2 speedsters on the outside that are
Mhm.
fast,
And
that seem to
young.
be, and young. That's, oh yeah. By the way, throw that in there. And young,
Mhm.
and they got this defense that is a Legion of Boom 2.0.
Absolutely.
That's young,
Absolutely. Yep.
and so you're like, man, they could just keep winning. They could just keep winning because, man, to me, they they dismantled the New England Patriots. There was no,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah, there was no. New England was never in that game they were playing checkers, and Seattle was playing chess, and there was
Hmm.
nothing, and that's nothing against New England, but just the way they went down the field. They didn't do the analytics of we should go for it on fourth, put points on the board, put points on the board, keep putting points on the board, and that
Hmm.
defense is going to keep them at bay, and we're going to score when we need to score, put up seven, and that's what they did. They played it methodical. They played very
Hmm.
methodical, and a lot of people are like,
Absolutely.
"Well, it was kind of a boring. It was boring compared to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen throwing for 800 yards apiece." Yes, it was comparatively, but you had to know what you were watching. That was a great
Right.
football match. It really
Hmm.
was. It was a great football match, but it wasn't for everybody. You know what I mean? And
No.
that's,
If you don't
you
like
know,
defense, then no, it wasn't for you. If you want to see high flying, I mean, then you gotta watch arena football because that's when you're gonna get your passes every down, or you're gonna get
yeah,
your 70-yard passes every down. But real football is the defense does win championships, and real football is played in the trenches. So
right,
these 16-9 games and these 9-3 games, those are the games because now it's chess,
right.
and chess is a strategy game. They threw all kind of different looks at Drake May and then changed him up right before right when he calls a snap. It just kept him confused and he couldn't get into a rhythm because he didn't know where the blitz was coming from, and plus his offensive line didn't help him that much as well. Um, but I think they're gonna get that right tackle better next season because he was leaving a lot of empty calories out there.
No,
Them guys was getting around him like it was nothing.
yeah, and I totally agree with you, but he had never seen that.
No,
He had never
no,
experienced that. So it ain't his, it's not his fault. They weren't ready for, and we had this conversation with someone and they were like, and I was telling them about defense and, just going back and forth. And they were like, well, the greatest show on turf won. I was like, I hope you're not comparing the greatest show on turf to the New England Patriots because that was not the same show. I was like, you're right.
no,
They
sir.
surely were. Yeah, they almost won
Yeah,
two Super Bowls in a row. I said, yeah, but you cannot compare that team with the New England Patriots that played last Sunday.
right.
That's not this. That was an amazing offensive machine. Yeah, that you may
Yes,
never see that again. I mean, yeah,
mm-mm.
that's 48-47. We'll win. That's all right. We got it. Well, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're
We
not
got
seeing
it.
that. I said, yeah, we got it. Hold my beer. I got it. They scored. We'll score again. They ain't no problem. Yeah, I was
Right.
like, Drake May, they're not built like that. He was like, well, I'm
No.
just saying. I was like, I know what you're saying. And that was amazing. And I loved it. I said, but yeah, that wasn't them. They were a very good team going
Mhm.
against a very superior team. And I'm going to say they were out coached. I just think they were outmanned. You know what I mean? That
Right.
defensive
Right.
four, oh, golly. That
Yeah,
defensive
those
four was
guys
showing no
were
mercy.
hungry. Numbers.
They were, yes, they were hungry, and they were playing man to man. They didn't care. It was like we'll play man to
Yeah.
man. We ain't got to play zone. And they were showing him, like you said, they would show seven, back up the four, go with three, and I was just like, they're just throwing everything at him um, that they could, and that's what they were supposed to
Yeah.
do. And they
Yeah.
grounded
Confuse
out,
them.
yeah, because it was like 9-0, and I just knew I was like, oh, they're finna pull ahead, and they did. I said once they got their groove and realized what they could and could not do and what they couldn't do, uh, yeah, that was it. They were just gonna run the ball down their throat and stop me if you
Mhm.
can, and it was definitely, and it was just definitely that game, and I think it was a really good Super Bowl. Um,
Mhm.
doesn't have to be the most watched to don't have to be the most watched. And
Right.
congratulations to MJ for winning his first Daytona 500.
Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations to him. Congratulations. Because
Maybe it brings
there was
some. Go ahead.
yeah, I was about to say because there was a little controversy about that, right? At first.
Hmm. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
always
yeah,
controversy. There's always going to be
yeah. He
controversy
was
with something. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he was ruffling some feathers. So I was like, oh, I guess they was like, okay, well, you know, let's earn it. And he went out there and did it. So yeah, kudos to MJ. Now I don't know I don't know the situation behind the whole, I know that, he released a statement about, you know, African American owners and, in the racing field and things of that nature. So so maybe his stand did change some minds of the people that are running these companies now.
Yeah,
You see,
that's
there's a
you know
lot,
what.
there's a lot more fairness, a lot more compassion, for people. So as long as we keep that up and we, lead with our hearts, not with propaganda, then, things, it's okay. Everybody that has stepped across the line of where they weren't supposed to go, and it has everything still okay. It's not going to be mad chaos. We just make it fair.
So I will say this: I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. We only got a few minutes left.
Okay.
The bottom line is, a couple years ago, I'm not a huge NASCAR fan, but
Right.
what NASCAR has become is not how NASCAR began. NASCAR
Right.
was built off moonshiners, local guys building their own motors,
Mm-hmm.
and anybody can compete. Okay, anybody can compete
Yeah.
because there's been African drivers way back in the day. Um, and it's become so corporate. And it's, I mean, let's be honest with you, it probably costs who knows how many millions of dollars to even run a race team. You know what I'm saying? It's
Oh yeah.
not, you know that. You were,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah.
it's not for the little guy. It stopped being for the
Yeah.
little guy.
The running joke is you spend $1 million to win 10,000.
So that being said, is you're going to isolate a lot of people. And there was a
Yeah.
saying that I watched, and I'll keep it short, that NASCAR knew that. And NASCAR knows that. And it's NASCAR was huge about 15 years ago, and it's hurt their ratings because it became so corporate. Because before, a lot of the people they were selling out, they felt a connection with the driver or the team.
Right.
Oh, that's Bubba
Right. Right.
Joe from over there, man. That I know that guy. That guy's from my hometown. Well, now it's become so corporate that nobody knows anybody, and it's very like I'm wearing a suit, and that's not really how it was built. But hey,
Right.
man, hopefully make the change and we'll go from there. Hey, I want to thank
Right.
everyone for tuning in every Tuesday night. Tony G, Big Lou. Don't forget to reach out to KM Radio, #1 station in America. All right, and like I said, hit us up on Facebook, Sportsbook, KM Radio. If you have any events going on, and reach out to us. It's your boy Tony G and Big Lou, the Sportsbook, every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock on the biggest station in the land, KM Radio. We go ham.
Ham.
Cool.